Hello, BookTube. I recently went secondhand book shopping again, and I actually got a lot of books. Most of these were literally like $1, $2, and yeah, this is a lovely stack. I'm going to show you, and I can't wait to get to these books. But let's start. So we have the first four here. We have just like Australian books. So first one we have is The Gold Rush by David Hill. This is about the gold rush in Australia during the 1800s. And I don't know much about this time period, if I'm being a bit honest. But I love David Hill. I love his novel about the First Fleet. And I feel like if I'm going to do read another Australian historian, I think I'm going to go with him next. So I got that. And then I got like anthology, history of the Australian gold rushes. This was edited by Nancy Kessing, and this is some first-hand accounts of the Australian gold rush in Bathurst in the 1850s. And yeah, this is just some first-hand conversations and historical notes and all that from that time period. And so I thought that'd be a lovely, lovely companion to read together. And then, because I was going to Swan Hill like last week or whatever, and there's a lot of steamboats there, and I was like, I want to find like a lovely steamboat, like chunky steamboat non-fiction book to read. And I went searching for one, and I couldn't find one for a bit, so I was like, oh my god, is this like area so boring that no one's written a book about it in Australia? But turns out someone has, and I found this, The Maritime History of Australia by John Back. And this was written, I don't know when it came out. Sorry. But this is, according to the description here, it's the first full-scale general maritime history of Australia, and it covers from 1788 to 1974. And it's got some lovely pictures in here too. So I can't wait to get to this because this will be a really lovely treat. And last Australian themed book I have for you today is, I didn't know Penguin made this book, like, because I know, I'll show you quickly. It's Henry Handel Richardson's The Fortune of Richard Mahoney. I've always heard of this, but I never found a copy of it because I've always heard it's really big. And I don't think this one's abridged. It has all three parts, but I know Penguin done this in it's like a 900-page Penguin black spine, but I was like, whatever. So I found this, and I know again it's set during the gold rush. I could be wrong about that, but I don't know why this book haul so far has been gold rush themed. But yeah, this is obviously a classic. I've not read it yet, but when I do, I'll inform you because I really want to get to it. And then we're going to do a little bit of weird jump. I found for literally at $2 this lovely edition of Light and Faith by oh my god, I forgot his name, Vasily Grossman. The big Russian 20th century War and Peace. I've always heard it be called in terms of its literary reputation, and I know nothing about this. I just picked it up, and I got in this vintage, and I was so amazed because look, it flops right open, and literally I couldn't ask for anything better. So I can't wait to get to that. And then I'll show you, before we get to, I got a stack of this author, but I'll show you the other thing I got. And that was Less by Andrew Sean Greer. I read this book probably in like 2019, and I really loved it, but I got rid of it. And it's been years, and I'm very much due for a reread of this. I know there is a sequel, and if I reread it and I like it, I will pick up the sequel just to see what it's about. So I'll reread that at some point. And then I found a good 4-book stack of Anthony Trollope. And me and Trollope, I love The Warden. And that's like the only Trollope I've read. Like, I really love it. I just never kept on going because I was like, oh, I'll wait till I get like a stack of Trollope. And I'll binge him for a bit. Because I have liked what I read from him. And I have a good chunk now, but I saw these and I was like, I've got to pick these up while I can. So we have Again, I know nothing about these books. All I know is that Anthony Trollope wrote them, so I picked them up pretty much. And that I got Can You Forgive Her? I got The Prime Minister. Yep. I got The Way We Live Now. And I got The Small House at Allington. Again, I don't know much about Anthony Trollope outside of his Barchester Towers series. I'm like, oh my god, I should save these like Victober because that'd be really fun just to binge Trollope for a bit. And yeah, that was my haul. It was like a good 10 books. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of these books. If there's any recommendations from this you think I would like. And yeah, that's really it. Thank you so much for watching BookTube, and I'll see you next time.